the last time I sat down with you guys, it was the premiere party for season 3.
That's right.
And everybody was so excited, you and the Gorgas and your kids. Now we're past season 3. You've already finished season 4. Are you still so excited about the choice that you made to be on the show?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's been a great experience so far. We had so much fun. We've done so many different things that we would normally not do. And we've made really great friends like yourself. And we've gotten to know other people. And it's been a really great experience so far. It really has.
Rich, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I'm having a blast. I'm glad that I was able to convince Kathy to do this, because in the beginning she didn't really want to do this.
Yeah.
And I think she's glad that she listened to me for once in 22 years.
Yeah, just once.
You're the most even keel housewife of all of New Jersey cast. I mean, you're mild mannered and tempered, and it looks like drama doesn't follow you, and you don't crave that or feed off of that.
I really cringe.
So, knowing before, even getting into this, you've seen the other episodes, the other seasons, Teresa, your family. What made you want to do this?
Well, I thought that it would be a fun experience, first of all. I really was apprehensive in the beginning, I'm not going to lie. Really, really skeptical. But then when I started to think about it a little bit more and think about, because I wasn't like any of the other ladies, and I thought, well, maybe that's why they're interested in me. And then maybe I could represent a whole nother group of ladies that find something in common with me. And in that, we've, talked about things that were different in our relationship, in our family life, that a lot of people can really relate to. And I think that's representative of New Jersey, because we are a melting pot and we are a blended, family, as far as he comes from a different background than I do. Not everyone that lives in New Jersey is Italian. Right. And there are couples.
What do you mean?
I know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there are couples that marry outside of their own heritage and can make it work and make it work really well. And instead of, finding your differences, how about you look and concentrate on your things that you have alike and embracing your differences, and making it a really wonderful blended family that way.
Now, I know it's speaking to some other people, Dina Manzo is one of them. She had told me a long time ago that it's not what she had signed up for. She thought that this was going to be a really fun, upbeat, positive show, showing positive things. And it really turned into, it's very dramatic. I have a hard time watching it. Sometimes the reunion, I must admit, I could hardly even watch it because I was just tired of, there's so many things going on in this world. Yes, it drives ratings, but is it worth it sometimes?
Well, you know what? The dramatic part, the part that the feelings are, whose feelings get hurt, and things are said that you really afterwards you say, oh wow, that was really rough the way that I delivered that, or that was a tough situation to go through, and I didn't ever want to hurt anyone. But that's life, and that's family, and it's very, I think, very brave of us to put that out there. It may not be the prettiest situation, but at the same time it's real, and at the end of the day I can truly honestly say that when I have a difference with any of my family members, a difference or a quarrel or something like that, deep down I still love them, and that doesn't change.
Now, how do you feel about putting your family on display?
Yeah.
I actually really like that song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How do you feel about that? I follow you guys on Twitter. People like to give their opinion, but they don't know you. So how do you deal with that?
Well, putting our family out there, okay, like you just said earlier, like Dina said that she didn't sign on for this. You sign on a dotted line and things go as they go. Nothing is scripted. So it's either you want to join in on the nightmare parts,
the madness,
the good with the bad, and you try to be yourself. You try to stay away from what's going on.
Exactly.
And putting our family out there, my wife, my kids, I'm a father, I'm a family man, and there hasn't been a time that every time anybody's ever approached me, the first thing they say to me is, we love you guys, we love your family. So for a husband and a father, to me this show has gotten me more compliments than I could ever imagine, because people love my family, and it makes me, which father, which husband that's walking around out there wouldn't take that as like, I'm walking around, I feel like Hercules when they tell me that. You know,
I think
it's
that's
like,
a great accomplishment.
so for us that we put our family out there, we've got nothing. We're proud of who we are, and I'm glad that people are getting to know who the Wakiles are because we're a great family.
Do you feel like your words? I know they can't really twist your words because obviously what comes out of your mouth, you've said it.
Right.
But with editing, do you sometimes, look at the episode and say, wow, that's really not what happened, or that's not what I meant to come out, and kind of, cringe, like you said,
Right. Well, it's not the full picture. If people are going to judge me solely on just something that they briefly saw on TV, well, you know what? That's on them. I can't be responsible for someone else's opinion of me. I can only be, responsible for the actions and the things that I put out there. If it's taken out of context, after a certain point in your life, you got to know who you are and stand by who you are and be proud of who you are.
Now, are you still closest with the Gorgas?
Yeah, we're really close. Yeah,
well, yeah, this season 4, we've always been close with the Gorgas, and we've had some great times with the Judices also, and we've also gotten closer with the Laritas and the Manzos. Like Al Manzo, I've known him. We had our engagement party at the Brownstone. Mm-hmm. My younger brother's been married longer than I have. He got married at the Brownstone, so we have a history with the Manzos. I've never met Caroline before we started doing a show. Making a decision to get on this show, we're the only ones in the whole cast that have kids in high school. So we have to walk a straighter line than everyone else because our actions, my kids have to go answer for them the following Monday, in high school. And everybody remembers how tough it was in high school.
So how has the show affected Victoria and Joseph? Do you think it's a positive thing for them? Do they regret it at all? And sometimes say, I wish I could just be a normal teenager that doesn't have cameras following me around, or do they experience people now really taking an interest in them that maybe weren't before the show?
Well, the great thing that I find about Victoria and Joseph is that it hasn't affected them.
That's the truth.
And it hasn't affected them at school, and it hasn't affected the way the teachers look at them. So that's like really another testament to who they are. If they don't let anything that's happening outside them affect them, and they remain true to who they are. And that's like such a proud moment for a parent to know that they're secure in themselves, to not let anything that anyone is going to say about you or their opinion of you change who you really are. And in their case, the opinions have been good. So, it's been really great.
And what's your... Oh, sorry.
I want to add to that. I'll give you an example. Joseph, when we were filming season 3, nobody knew he was on this show until it started airing. And the teachers would, that first Monday, they looked at him like, you never said anything.
Yeah.
Really. No one knew until they see them on TV. And he would walk past people and they were like, you were on TV. No, that guy looked like me. It wasn't me. Yeah. He kept it under wraps.
And what is your relationship as of right now with the Judices or Judices or?
Well, right now, life gets busy, and how we left things off. You want to continue to try and reconcile and get things going, and you'll maybe have a great conversation. Sit down and say, yeah, we're going to work things out. We're on point with one another. But then you get busy in your life, and you start your kids and your careers and all that other stuff. And so momentum sometimes, gets in between. And so, you need to be consistent. And so I'd like to think that it's a work in progress, and it's always going to be, something that I aspire to have a true reconciliation. But, it takes time. It does. And it takes time on both parties.
Yeah, and it's civil.
And effort.
If we see each other, it would be just like, old times. There's nothing being said back and forth negatively. But like my wife said, Teresa's very busy. Joe's very busy. I got 4 young kids. God bless them. It's like, Melania alone is like, like 10 kids. God bless
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Now, can you give me a little bit of a sneak peek before we move on to a lot of fun things? Not that the Housewives isn't fun, but I want to hear what's going on with you
Right.
currently. A little sneak preview into what season 4 has to offer.
I think you're going to enjoy it because it's going to show a lot more of a little bit more history. It's going to show between the families, I think. That's what I'm referring to. And you're going to see how the relationships with the other ladies progress and the other families progress. And that's always fun to see the events that we're doing together, the fun times that we're having together, and where our relationship, how it changes. We take a few vacations together. It's a lot of fun. You're going to see a part of the Jersey Shore that people don't usually see on TV these days. So we're going to show that part of the Jersey Shore.
Plus, I think our storyline has a lot to do with more really what goes on in this world. It's a lot less drama, I think,
Yeah.
and really a lot of substance. I'm not going to say what it's about, but there's substance to it, and it's going to relate to a lot of young people,
A lot of
and
families.
families out
Yeah.
there.
Now, at first, okay, so I lied. This is my last Housewives
Okay.
question. But at first, was it a little bit strange? Like, yes, you know Teresa and Joe and Joe and Melissa, but you didn't really know Jacqueline and Chris, and you know Albert, but you didn't know Caroline. So you're all put in this situation, and you're the newbies.
Right.
So how was that? Was it, this is weird, I just want to be with my husband? I mean...
Well, I think with any new group of people that you come in contact with and you spend any kind of extended amount of time with, you're building your relationship and you instantly know, do I like them, or let me see. And that's the way it is. It's reality. And you have to go into any relationship or any situation the same way. And, just conversations. And as they progress, you see if you would really want to be around these people. And you know what? We've been very pleasantly surprised. And,
We don't really have a choice in the matter either.
Well, yeah, but you have a choice whether you want to, I mean, it's not a forced, like, chemistry is not forced.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'll tell you, there's been a handful of times that when, Al Manzo and I look at each other, and I look at it and I say, who the hell thought 20 some odd years ago that we're going to wind up doing this thing together?
Yeah.
And he laughs. People will know that if we don't get along, if we're trying to fake it.
Yeah.
You can't fake much on camera.
Right. Viewers are a lot smarter than people think. They pick up on little small nuances, and they pick up on just your body language. And if you're uncomfortable in a situation, people pick up on it, And if you get along and genuinely enjoy one another's company, people pick up on that too.